And so this is it. The Premier League discovers its champions today, the final day.
Aguero! Staggering! Just staggering! He's won the league with 90 seconds of stoppage time to play! Where does football go from here? The blue moon has risen! City are champions! And they did it in the most staggering fashion! From the brink of despair, elation! From catastrophe, cacophonic joy! The stuff of stellar champions!
Manchester City are the champions. Come back to that in a moment. Here's Palmer. Foden is outside of him. He's found instead Julian Alvarez! Champions! They remain irresistible from first to last. Another silky City goal.
They're just waiting for an opportunity to find a spare man.
Taker might just have done that. What a pass! It's Riyad Mahrez. It's Alvarez. It's two. It is as sweet as you like. So Michael Oliver has been invited to have a look for himself. This is interesting, actually, because there could be people looking at that and saying this is factual, and that it didn't really need a look from Michael Oliver to confirm, but either way, they've reached the conclusion. City win, and that is the long and the short of it. City win again and again and again. Never mind 3 in a row, the ETIHAD has now witnessed 16 wins in a row. Perfect on this ground this calendar year, and picture perfect on a weekly, monthly, annual basis. Even without a few of the glitziest stars, City were good enough today, and beg though the authorities have for the public to stay off the field, it is a City support that cannot contain itself. This time yesterday, they have stretched further clear. They are worthy champions, and the scenes here are giddy, thrilled, albeit in their blue majesty, very, very familiar. And this, Rebecca, is a manifestation of Manchester City as a community club, for that originally is what it is. It has become globally mighty. It has become the near perpetual owner of that piece of silver, but it is a club for Manchester. Here he is, the obsessive genius, the restless schemer, the unrelenting perfectionist. His 11th national title in 14 working seasons as a groundbreaking coach. 3 times a champion of Spain, 3 times a champion of Germany, and now 5 times a champion of the English Premier League. Pep Guardiola without parallel in the modern age. Bernardo Silva, 5'8", but a giant. Ball winner, ball user, exceptional energy, a phenomenon. Record after iconic record. He snapped them all like matchsticks between his fingers. Sometimes when Erling Haaland plays, it's just not fair. Is there right now a more beautiful footballer on the planet than Kevin De Bruyne? Those ribbons on the trophy are taking on an air of semi-permanence. They just don't change. This has become a joyous norm, the regal routine of a glorious team for the 3rd successive season. Once more, in 2023, Manchester City are the champions. The best by a distance. An aesthetic joy, an athletic phenomenon, where brutal force meets teasing touch and feel. A beautiful, spirit-lifting cocktail of dash and dare, finesse and flair. Here it is then, the power game. The kings and those who would dethrone them. Arsenal 5 points up, City 2 games in hand. One of them will be crowned 32 days from now, and tonight's winners will be the likeliest. Stones for Haaland, holding off, holding, and finding De Bruyne. Grealish is the extra man. De Bruyne win himself and scored beautifully. So smooth, so certain. He's just a perfect package. It's 1-0 the champions.
Well, this is what City can do. The different option that they've got.
Split hairs, Thomas Partey letting De Bruyne run in behind
He
him.
makes a shape here that few others can. In by De Bruyne, 2-0 City, but the flag is up against John Stones. I certainly understand why Stuart Burt's flag went up. It may still be proven right, but it may not.
This is very, very tight. Looking at that angle.
Yeah. Stones scores, and the champions pull away on the cusp of half-time. Here goes Haaland. He's played in Kevin De Bruyne, and Kevin De Bruyne scores with slick simplicity. They look like champions. Why would he not be a champion? And Arsenal look broken. Trossard, Nelson, Jorginho, Leandro Trossard, and thumped in by Holding. And Arsenal take a happy memory out of the night, brief and late though it may be. Foden. Haaland! As if he wouldn't score. The sharpest edge of all. Cuts through at the last. The class, the elan, the certainty of champions. And now the champions have it to lose. So, City, Liverpool once more. For the reigning Kings of England, another juicy joust with their principal modern adversary. From this point on, every moment matters. Gakpo's alongside, it is Diogo Jota. And it's Mo Salah, who rifles Liverpool ahead. Stunned silence in the ETIHAD. That's Ilkay Gundogan. This is Jack Grealish. Alvarez, 1-1. A hot knife through butter. And everyone's bouncing up and down. The big boy himself, on behalf of the man who fills his boots. And that is a smashing goal. Alvarez, oh what a smashing ball, and Mahrez is onto it, and there is De Bruyne! Explosive, immediate! Champions on a charge! Inside the first second half minute, from behind, City lead. Riyad Mahrez, Julian Alvarez, Gundogan! The bouncing Blues! Beware, they are happening. City are happening. Arsenal on the April calendar. Here's De Bruyne. And there's Grealish! A delicious moment, which he proudly embraces. He has been a delight. He is impish, he is fun, he is bang on target. And Manchester City are pulling stylishly away. City so special, so deliciously smooth. What a team. They are the cream. Cream in which Liverpool drowned. West Ham are reduced. Without two senior centre-halves, Aguerd and Zuma, without two senior midfield linchpins in Rice and Souček, and in the face of Haaland. This could be quite a trial. Flicked in by Mahrez. Ake! The champions are smiling again. For Nathan Ake, a first Premier League goal for a year and 3 days. Presented back to Bernardo Silva, shifted on for Grealish, rolled up here for Erling Haaland! The hottest shot in the history of the Premier League. 35. Erling Haaland smashes through yet one more historic barrier. He reaps the most abundant harvest of any player in any year in the history of the Premier League.
Oh, once he goes on this run, there's no stopping him.
More than Andy Cole, more than Alan Shearer, more than anybody in one Premier League season. And Mahrez delivers. That is special. Wow, that is special.
Well, it must have hit something. It surely must have hit something on the way in, because Fabianski didn't even move for it.
Manchester City are back on the highest perch, top of the league once more, and rejoicing in the vivacious force and finesse of their formidable number 9 record breaker. So a cruel mismatch as Manchester City trample all beneath them en route to further glory, or have Big Sam, the epitome of stubbornness and football's everlasting lack of logic, got a crazy twist in mind here. Steered out for Mahrez, who's left Junior Firpo behind, and set it for Gundogan, who scores the smoothest of City goals. Once more, immaculate in the moment. There is precious little that he or anyone can concoct to stand in the way of such precision. Mahrez. Gundogan! Oh. It is so creamy smooth. Irresistibly sweet. Delicious to taste. But for him, indigestible.